What's up, my friends? John Baruti here, Baruti Success. This week we're talking about how I got a perfect credit score. Well, maybe not perfect, but pretty damn close. Stay tuned. So, if you've been watching my little video series on perfect credit scores, this was supposed to be the first video. And this one was supposed to be, oh, by the way, I have a perfect credit score, and you should follow me. Yeah, and then I went and checked my credit score, and it was not perfect. It's not perfect. Not even a little bit. So what I did is I went to annualcreditreport.com and found out exactly what the problem is, which I had, I guess an old creditor had said that I owed money. I didn't. I went to each bureau, and what I'm going to do is up here, I'm going to put the last two videos. You can go through them, or basically, just listen. I'll give you the synopsis. They said I owed money. I didn't. I wrote to each credit bureau individually. I explained to them that this was a paid-off debt. They all researched it, agreed, and they changed, my status. And we've got, boom, my new credit score, 848. That's right. Look at that puppy. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it in all its beauty. That is 2 points away from perfect credit. Now, if you go to my Discover, so look at that. See down here, bottom? It was 732. Not good. Now it's 839. Now, listen, each credit bureau is going to have a little bit. This is a culmination of all the credit bureaus, right? So it's a little lower, but 839, pretty good. I can get, the best rates on anything for that. The point of this video is, again, I fixed my credit report. I feel my credit is almost absolutely perfect at this point. And I wanted to express to you that you can do this too. No matter how screwed up your credit is, don't bury your head. Don't say, oh, I don't need a good credit score. You do. You do for everything. Employers look it up. Financial companies. If you're going for a car loan, a house loan, even if you need a small loan from a bank, they all look up your credit. It is so important, right? So let's say your credit is, way worse than mine.
John, you had a stupid little thing on your credit that was easy to fix. Mine's a disaster.
Okay, Karen, Sally, George, I see you in the back. I understand. My credit fixing was easy. And, thank God, because I've been diligent in checking my credit and paying my bills over the years. And let me tell you something, my credit score years ago, starting my business and stuff, it was not great, because I had a lot of debt. I didn't pay bills on time, so on and so forth. So what I'm trying to tell you is, even if your credit score is shit and you owe a lot of people for a lot of things, you don't need to go and pay to get your credit fixed. You can very simply, again, annualcreditreport.com, and you can go through each item and you can fight it. You can go to the creditor and say, okay, Mr. Discover, I see that I owe you $5,000. I can't pay it. I'm not going to be able to pay that all. I have two options. I can go bankrupt, and that doesn't help either one of us, or I can give you, start with $250. They're going to laugh at that. But start super low, because when you tend to jar someone with a super low number, settling at, $1,000 for a $5,000 debt doesn't seem so bad. When you start off with a $5,000 debt and go, well, can I give you $1,000? And they'll be like, no, you can't do that. But if you start at a ridiculously low number and you want to get to $1,000 for your settlement, it's easier to do. All right, and listen, I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but I'm telling you, I will almost guarantee 8 out of 10 times you can negotiate your debts down to 20% of what you owe, 15% of what you owe, as long as you take it head on, you call the creditors, and you give them that story. And it's probably realistic for you if you have a large amount of debt and you don't know what to do, right? So instead of going bankrupt, you tell them, listen, this is what I can do. I can give you $1,000, but I can only make 4 payments at $250. I'll do that over the X amount of months and work the deal out. Most times they will work with you. And once you go line by line by line, creditor by creditor by creditor, listen, This is it's some work, but you can do this after your job, 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. All these credit companies, they answer the phones 24 hours a day, most of them, and you can negotiate that. And if not, during your lunchtime, you call the creditors and try to negotiate. And, basically we have to threaten them with, listen, you're going to get nothing if I go bankrupt, or you can get something. And a lot of times, because listen, they're going to sell your debt off to some credit agency that's going to harass you for forever for pennies on the dollar. So they'd rather settle the debt with you, get something, and call it a day. Just make sure you get in writing that you're settling the whole debt, this is the amount you're settling it for, and even try to get them to not negatively affect your credit. So listen, when you normally do payoffs like this, they'll send a report to the credit bureau, say, yeah, he paid or she paid, but they paid less than what they owed. You can negotiate, no, I don't want you to say that to the credit. Just say that the debt has been satisfied. A lot of times they'll be like, okay, pay us the money and we'll tell the credit agencies that you've satisfied the debt, right? And then in however bad your credit is, 3 months, 6 months, a year, right? After going through all these companies, negotiating down the deal, paying and being realistic with how much you can give them and sticking to the plan that you set, right? If you told them that you're going to pay $1,000, you can do $250 each month for the next 4 months. You better make that $250 payment once a month for the next 4 months, right? That's on you. So negotiate this all down, and then eventually in a year you won't have perfect credit, but you will be on the path to having a much better credit score, which will change your life. It really will. Loans, just offers you get will be much better. The loan interest you pay is going to be much lower. You can renegotiate a lot of your loans at that point. Let's say, and this is realistic, I had employees that were paying 20-25% for car loans. As soon as they fixed their credit and they were able to get a better score, they were able to go back to these companies. Some of them said, no, we're gonna keep 25%. Okay. Go to another bank. Now you can go to a standard bank and get a realistic loan. Even if it's 9%, it's a third of what you were paying, right? And your debt will go down and down. And this is the way to fix it, by hitting it head on, tackling it, not putting your head in the sand, calling all these agencies, and then sooner or later you'll have an 848. Hope this helped. Hope you guys listen. Don't put your head in the sand, and I'll see you on the next one.
I got a perfect score. Got a perfect. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's 848. 848 out of 850. Come on. See you on the next one.